Just keep your head down, carry on. Fight like hell, turn the other cheek. It's what separates the strong from the weak. That's just the way that the line gets drawn. You gotta keep on living until the fire's gone.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of 10 Minute Misconduct. We are an unofficial FPHL podcast. We are super stoked to have Trevor Babin joining us tonight. So tell us how you're doing tonight, Trevor.
I'm doing good. I hope you guys are doing well too. How's everybody?
Doing well, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Good. Yeah, of course, anytime.
So to get started, I always like to ask why goalie, because I know that position is much different than all the other positions on the ice. So how did you get started as a goalie?
How to get started? Well, it all started when I was younger, playing foot hockey. Growing up in Philly, I was on the street like every day playing outside just with skates and a stick, and then it progressed to a little foot hockey league in the neighborhood, and after a season or two, when I was like 7 or 8, somebody approached my dad and was like, "Hey, why doesn't he try ice?" So I did, and 2 weeks later, I was on the Ed Snyder Youth Hockey Foundation, and started that way, and the rest is history.
So I see that you started with Brantford Rattlers in the GMHL. How did you like to play for that team? What did you learn from that team?
Up in Bradford, that was honestly a life-changing experience. You know, that was a good phase of my life, moving away from home and growing up, and becoming a man of my own. Really, the hockey and the program was great as well. Definitely, I would help anybody to try to play junior hockey up there. But my time there was definitely a great time.
What's the greatest lesson that you learned with that team?
Greatest lesson. Ooh, you got me on that one. Being on that team, just to have fun. I think have fun and don't be so in your head about what could happen, because at that age you're trying to move up and be on different teams and go here and go there. Just got to be where you're at and stay patient and focus on where you are, and the outcome will be what you want it to be. So
absolutely.
What advice would you give to younger kids, trying to get into the game?
Can you say that again? You kind of broke up a little bit.
What advice would you give to the younger kids trying to get into the game?
Ooh, don't fight until you're 18. No, just always work hard and have fun. My dad, if it was one thing that I learned playing hockey in general, was always play, work hard, just have fun. If you could love what you're doing and then work hard at it and have the people, recognize that, and definitely just put in the work to show those people what you can do. It's definitely a good feeling. So I think with kids coming in, just always have fun. There's so much hockey that you're going to be playing your whole life. I'm 25 and I'm still going to be playing for however long, you know what I mean? So however long that hockey journey is, you can't be caught up with 1 or 2 games that you're losing, so always just got to have fun and keep going.
Okay, so really quick to our viewers, I noticed that we're getting questions in the chat, which is awesome. We encourage it, so please keep asking your questions. So I'm going to take a question from the chat right now, and the first one is going to be, let's see, from Allison Winch. She said, "Will you be giving us a goalie fight anytime soon?"
Y'all can't be premeditating these things.
Yeah.
I don't go looking for it. If it happens, it happens. So I'll say maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. It could,
Maybe.
maybe not.
Maybe if
Gotcha.
it don't happen, don't be mad. So
Absolutely understand.
Yeah.
It's no fun getting suspended, like
All right.
yeah, all those things. Or getting hurt, but I mean, yeah,
that too. Yeah.
exactly. So
Do you have another question, Anna? Might as well ask another one. Any other
Yeah. I got
chat
a
room questions for
couple.
him? Go ahead.
There's somebody here named Carissa that says she's just here to say Babs is the greatest goalie. So there's that.
I
Someone else
appreciate that.
also
Yeah, thank you.
yeah. And someone else also said they're thankful your dad asked you to try out the ice. And a gentleman named Jason wants to know where your accent is from.
My accent. I got an accent.
A little bit. I
Nah.
hear something maybe like northeast, so maybe that Philly
Yeah,
area.
I mean, I'm from Philly, obviously, but
All right.
I mean, if you go to Philly, I mean, like, I guess there's a little bit of an accent, but I haven't been home in a long time, so I didn't think I still had it or still got it. I don't know.
You were talking about having fun while playing and all that stuff. I know that you played for the Battle Creek team, the Bees, I believe it was, the Rumblebees.
Yep.
The Rumblebees.
During that season, how did you have fun during that season? How did you remain positive and all that stuff during that long season?
Well, I only played 2 games for them. I was still in my last year of junior, so they actually, I guess they needed a goalie, and they called me up for 1 weekend, and that's kind of how everything kind of started. Because after their season, they kept me on their roster for the pre-draft of the next season during the COVID year, which is when I was in Elmira. So
Right.
yeah, and then Elmira picked me up out of there. So just those 2 games, I mean, that was an experience, but I was just worried about what I was trying to do in my game. So
Right. That's cool.
yeah.
Where's your favorite barn to play on the road?
In this league, favorite, I don't know. They're all pretty hostile. I like Carolina. Carolina's always loud. Binghamton's always loud. Danbury's loud, but their fans are ruthless. Anywhere that's loud, really. Anywhere that gets people telling them that you suck and everything.
What do you think about McMorran?
McMorran, it's loud. I like McMorran. Actually, a funny story. Growing up, I played in Silver Stick tournament. So I came up to Port Huron when I was younger, and seeing the rink after all these years, my first year in the Fed, it's kind of funny seeing it. I was like, have I been here before? Like, had to search it up and be like, oh my God, I was in this tournament before. So it was kind of cool.
And for those people that don't know, Silver Sticks is like a bunch of young youth players and all that stuff that get together over a weekend, and it's like about 80 hours of hockey straight on.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of teams all over the country. Yeah, they all go into a specific rink, and yeah, there's tournaments everywhere for Silver Stick. So
Brittany said, "Let's see the puppy," and I agree. I hear Trevor dog man.
He's sitting here growling at me right now. Hold on, because he needs attention. All right, here we go.
Look at that face. What's his name?
His name is Zen. Zen. Can you tell?
I love it. He's so cute. I love those ears. Everybody shows Zen some love in the chat because he's 10 out of 10. Oh
yeah,
my
it's
God,
my boy.
Okay, so one thing I wanted to mention, since I'm away from the team that I cheer for, we moved. I always see Babin's grandma in the chat, and I just think that's awesome. I don't know, is she your number one fan?
I would say my grandma, my mom, my pop, they're all my number one fans, everybody in my family.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just they show a lot of love and support, and every game I get a message about Babin's grandma, so it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I
That's
think
great.
she actually has her own fan base from all the other fans and all the different chats. So
Does she
shout
really?
out to
I
Babin
wouldn't
Grandma.
doubt she didn't.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That is awesome.
yeah,
You should trademark that. Babin's grandma. Just for her.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. You got honestly get it some merch, get it on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'd order one.
Yeah, she's already
T-shirts,
got a
bumper
couple.
stickers, and all that stuff.
She made a couple t-shirts herself. So I mean, she can get it running.
Oh wow.
So I have a question for you.
Yep.
I billet some junior players, and I asked one of them a question because he's a goalie, and I noticed that you catch right. So, do you think that that gives you a little bit of an advantage that you play slightly different than I'd say most goalies?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I mean, I've heard a lot of players talk about it too. You know, like the thought process of, you know, even in practice all week when you're going down on your goalie, 9 times out of 10 it's a goalie with the glove on their left hand. So if you're shooting on a goalie like that all week, and then come game time you play against our team, me, whatever, you know, it just makes you think that extra second, you know, and it gives me that split second of reaction time, you know. So I think it definitely has its advantage, and it definitely throws shooters off and some players too, just by looking at me during the play when I'm in my stance and stuff. So
Ed,
mm.
oh, hold on 1 second.
Hi, I'm unmuted. All right, this is great. No,
He's back.
no, you went to Elmira after Battle Creek. Is that correct?
Yep.
That was the Enforcer days, right? I believe
Yes, sir.
the last years of the Enforcers.
Yep.
So, how did you like playing or working for Robbie Nichols?
I loved it. We still keep in touch to this day on Facebook. Even him and his wife, and they still keep in touch with my parents and things too. So I mean, yeah, we gained a little cool relationship for the time I was there. It was nice.
Back when I was in college, he was my boss. But back in the Flint Generals days. So
Nice.
so I was doing the graphic communications with them and all that stuff. So he sent me there with an internship to Flint Generals, and it was just pretty great. It was fun. He was a great man. I loved his passion, and yeah, when he got mad, it was great.
Yeah, really cool dude. Yeah,
So
first impression of him was seeing him in that bright green suit, and I was like, damn, this dude, he's walking around this place all being the big dog. I see. So it's cool.
and he has that baseball team, doesn't he? I believe.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all over that.
Back to the
town,
video, Muck Dogs or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Cool beans.
You've been with Motor City this is your second season. Who's your favorite teammate that you've had, past and I guess current?
With past team and current, gee, that's a tough one. Honestly, I can't choose one. I mean, you gain so many good relationships, like especially in hockey, you know, because you're with them every single day. And I mean, how could you not get close to people that you see every damn day, you know? So I mean,
Right.
we're all human too. There's those one or two people you might not get along with all the time or whatever, but that's just life. But other than that, I mean, yeah, but mainly everybody I've always got along with, always vibe with. There's a couple throughout my career, you know, 2 on this team, Scott Koch and Declan Conway, you know, that are more closer than others, and that's also because I live with them. But yeah, you know, you just gain those relationships and those trusts and things with people you meet throughout these seasons, and you know, it's just a blessing to meet those people and keep them in your life if you can, you know. So
Absolutely. Life is short, man.
yeah, exactly.
Conway, he's truly missed in Carolina, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah, he's my boy though. So
oh yeah, for sure.
can't get mad at him. Yeah.
So I briefly wanted to touch on this past weekend's events. I just kind of wanted to get your opinion on when you guys played Danbury and the Amesbury hit, and also ask it, how is your teammate? How is Danny feeling?
Um, Danny's fine. He was I mean, he's not fine, but um, he's back to being himself, and we picked him up that night from the hospital and stuff, and he was already cracking jokes and being himself and stuff. So, um, yeah, this weekend it was just one of those weekends we came into, having to sign 3 new players because we're all sick and some are injured, and um, yeah, just this weekend was insane. The Ansbury hit. There's a fine line between being tough and then being repeated as somebody who throws cheap shots and hurts people. So I think if people were really on his side for being tough, you wouldn't see 4, 8, 12, 18 game suspensions as to where you're obviously hurting people and doing this shit on purpose. Then you're going to see those suspensions. So do I like the hit? No. Obviously, Manny's on my team. He's my captain. Obviously, I didn't like it. During the game, if you saw my reaction, I was going crazy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a difference between being tough and running around looking like an idiot. So
All right.
that's all I got to say.
Understood. Yeah.
Not even pet to this game. I see like in the chat rooms and all that stuff. A lot of people say that your style of the game is kind of rough too. What do you think about that, or what do you want to say to people that think that your style of hockey is rough or a little bit over the edge?
Yeah. I think for a goalie, it might be a little over edge for people, but it's just kind of how I play, I guess. I don't know, the passion and everything's there. I would never intend to hurt somebody, and you would never see me get suspended for anything like that. Fight's a
Right.
fight. If you're gonna ask me to fight, I'll fight you. If you talk crap, I'm gonna talk crap back. If you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. It just sucks that I'm a goalie, and not saying my team doesn't do. Hey, relax. It's okay. Interrupted me.
That was perfect timing. That dog was perfect timing. Yes.
No, but that's just kind of how I play, and obviously if it hurts the team, I wouldn't do it as much. And there's a lot of times where it is the defense of myself or my team, and like I said, it just so happens I'm the damn goalie, so people look at it one or both ways, either bad or good. So I mean, if I end up doing something stupid, then I hear from it. I hear from my coach or hear from whoever. If I don't, and it's something that just happened in the heat of the play or something, then it's hockey. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I play a dirty game, but I definitely don't back down from nobody whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just going to let you
Right.
run into me.
No.
Right.
I'm
Well,
gonna
it
try
has to
to
be on your
That makes
condition
sense.
of
That
what
makes
you
sense.
do.
stuff like that, and with my
You're standing
game.
your ground, man.
Yeah, exactly, right? So do I initiate some things? Absolutely. I like to talk crap too, and I like to, tell people they suck or just something along the lines of that. I get into it too, just like any other player would. Just so happens that I wear a mask. So
That's great. You don't even have to be in the stands telling me you suck. You just right on the ice telling me you suck.
exactly.
So,
Yeah. Go ahead, Anna.
while we wait for Taylor, I was curious. I know with goalies, there's a little kind of, I don't want to say internal competition, but like, to get your ice time, like you're definitely going to have to perform. How
Absolutely.
is it having other goalies that you kind of have to share the ice with, or like your time with Trav Ridgen?
Um, I mean, you always want, like, especially in a team sport, you always want healthy competition. You know, like whenever another goalie's on the ice with you, there's always that voice in the back of the head, like, yeah, I'm gonna do better than him, or I'm gonna stop more pucks than him, or whatever the case might be. But you know, as long as you can keep that on the ice and separate the competitive side of things and also being a friend and a teammate, you know, I think you're setting yourself up for a pretty good future.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Talking about future and all that stuff. I know right now you're with Motor City, but say 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the road, what do you see your future as? What would you like to? Of course, everybody wants to advance. Where would you like to advance to? What is your goal? What is your, I guess, end game for your career?
My dream has always been to play in the NHL, you know, and some people might be far fetched, but you know, I've been on this steady incline of, you know, hopefully getting to that point. But you know, you set up little goals along the way to achieve, and I'm definitely hoping to go back to the East Coast Hockey League and, you know, make a name there, and then just keep going from there. You know, so
What NHL team would you like to go on?
obviously Philly.
Philly.
Anywhere, it don't matter.
The Philly
but,
Monster, right? The
yeah,
little Philly
exactly.
Monster guy, right? He's
Yep.
great.
Yeah. Anywhere, obviously, but Philly definitely.
Yeah. Anna?
So, I know your family is in the chat when you play. My mom happens to be here tonight. So, hey, mom. And she wanted to ask, who is your favorite goalie?
Of all time in the NHL, easy, Ron Hextall.
That's awesome. I just
My
saw that
num-
video about his fight.
yeah, my number was 27 my whole life growing up until junior when I couldn't choose my number, and then going into pro, I was finally able to choose my number, and then I was like, well, I am a southpaw, so instead of having 27, why don't we just change the two? So 72 it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
so a little bit of a thought process behind it.
Yeah, I like that.
Do you have any more
Let's see.
questions,
We've
Anna?
got some other. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
got a ton of questions in the chat.
All
I'm
right, let's
hoping
go.
that we'll be able to
Oh,
get
geez.
to.
Start
So,
ripping them off.
yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Let me scroll
do a
back up
couple.
just a little bit. Somebody said Carolina wishes you would come play for them, and lots of love for the pup goes in. And let's see. Sam has a question. If you had a chance to meet with any goalie, past, present, or mentor to hang out with for a week, who would it be? I guess we kind of asked and answered.
I would say there's a couple goalies I would love to hang around and meet. I mean,
Who you got?
hey now, chill. um, I would say, I mean, my favorite goalies now, you know, Bobrovsky, Vasilevsky, Thatcher Demko, guys who are athletic and explosive goalies. I would definitely spend a week with those guys just to be on the ice with them and be a damn sponge and just learn everything possible from them. Like,
Oh, hell
so,
yeah. Why not,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I believe you have another question coming in.
Yeah, there's a question I'm looking for. Do you want to ask a question really quick, or actually, like, I have a question. Why I'm looking for this other one.
Oh, go ahead.
I've noticed you played in the United States and you played in Canada. Do you have any want to play anywhere overseas, and if so, where?
I've never really thought about overseas up until I want to say last season. I never really had no interest or ever looked into it just because I was always like, I want to make it to the coast and make my name in the States before I go anywhere, you know. So up until last season, I was really I didn't really meet anybody who went overseas or anything, but I was actually with the South Carolina Stingrays this summer, and there was a
Oh,
couple
wow.
guys that were going overseas and stuff. So through conversations and things, definitely caught my interest a little more. But can you stop? You're interrupting me.
It's a
But
welcome
yeah,
interruption. We love the dogs.
yeah. So, but yeah, definitely the more conversations I have, it definitely catches my interest more. So, definitely look more into it. Not
I and
specifically where yet, but
I have maybe not a hockey question, but you're in Michigan, so this is always a hot topic in Michigan.
yeah.
What which Coney Island in Detroit is your favorite?
Would you be mad if I told you I haven't been to one?
Oh, not at all. Not at
Nope.
all.
Not too much of an explorer.
All right. Well, then what is your favorite joint around here that you like to eat at? I guess we're having audio difficulties. We see you, but we're not hearing you right now. We're gonna try to get that worked on right now, hopefully.
Yeah, bear with us live. There's sometimes a little bit of tech issues, so just
And well, I
bear
guess
with us
we're
for a
trying to get
second.
this fixed on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay, cool, sweet. Yeah.
No, I was just saying, what's your favorite food joint around here?
Phew, not necessarily I don't know if it's a chain. I haven't seen another one, but there's a place called Randazzo's Market right around the
Oh
corner
my
from where I
gosh,
live.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's I get their what is it, $16 special where it's like an entree and two sides. Oh my god,
Yes.
that
That
gets me
fills you up, huh?
fat. Yeah, sweet potatoes, mac and cheese with some chicken. Whew.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I guess
they
with that,
they
like,
pack it too.
yeah,
don't
they
hold
do.
back.
They really do. I guess to the people that are watching us and all that stuff, I guess comment on like what is your favorite, I guess, food and all that stuff while we're doing this interview, just to keep our social media line going. And did you ever get that question?
Yeah, I've actually got a couple.
Okay, go ahead.
There's one from Brittany. She wants to know, do you have any crazy fan stories? You do.
No, I shouldn't have smiled. Nothing to talk about on the podcast.
Uh-oh.
Can you tell us maybe one of your favorite chirps that someone said to you, like on an out-of-town game?
The dog got
it. Favorite chirp someone said to me. I don't know. They're all pretty vulgar chirps. There ain't like there's no like funny chirps behind it. You know what I mean? Like there's no like punchline.
Yeah.
It's always a threat.
Yeah, I hear ya.
Yeah.
A
Hey, Goldie, you
gentleman
smell.
Yeah. No, it's all
gentleman
fun
named
though.
Phil wanted to know what made you switch to matte black gear this season?
I had I've always wanted black gear, always since I was younger, just because every other goalie had white gear, all white
Right.
gear, it seemed like. So I always wanted to just be a little different, and just because black's my color. Yeah, just personal preference. I mean, I guess if you want to say like the player could lose a puck coming at me, you know, just because it's all black gear and stuff like that. But I mean, it's more just personal preference. Yeah.
One of our amazing moderators, shout out to you guys, by the way. Thank you so much for helping out in the chat. She wanted to know if you had to play a different position other than goalie, what would you choose?
Great
I'd be
question.
a forward.
Forward.
I'd be a forward, 100%. We were, yeah,
I love
100%.
it.
Up until I was, you know, like, I've always been a goalie, don't get me wrong, but until I was 13, 14 was when I kind of decided, like, okay, I'm going to be a goalie. Because I always did both, no matter what. I always skated out. I love scoring goals too, and obviously playing the tough and rough side of hockey. But yeah, it was. We've had a couple times where they joke around and they're saying, put Babs up front. We can make any team in the Fed, or I'd have more fights in a period than this guy would, or so. There's
That's
definitely been
pretty
some
cool. I don't think
jokes tossed
a
around.
lot of goalies could say that they could play more than one position. So that's pretty cool. I had no idea
Yeah,
on
and
that. So.
it's kind of it's kind of funny too, just because I always tell people too, I have way more confidence as a player than I do a goalie. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I would definitely love to play forward one time.
Could I ask? I ask every goalie that we've had on this show this question because I think it's super important. I feel like you guys carry a lot more pressure than most of the other players. And how do you handle a tough loss or just the stress? Because I know other goalies that have talked about in the past that they kind of put it on themselves, or but even though there's other players on the ice, how do you deal with that?
I mean, yeah, it's a little more pressure just because we stick out like a sore thumb with all that gear on. We don't look like everybody else. It's always been a stigma, a goal gets let in. What's the first thing somebody says? Come on, goalie. Like, what the hell? So there's always that sort of pressure, just because you are a goalie. Any goalie coming up or trying to make a team, there's automatically that pressure just because you have to not let the puck go in the net, Put that, hey, can you chill out, please? I already fed you. You're okay. Sorry, y'all. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. But yeah, just to, I don't know. I mean, you learn a lot with hockey, too. And I think just the more games you play, the more reps you have, the more situations you put in, you learn to handle those situations and really stay calm, stay zen.
I love it.
So.
Yeah, I know we have like a few minutes left with you. Just like, all right, after your playing career and all that stuff, do you have any aspirations to like coach at any elite level, later on down the road? And if so, who would you like to coach?
Yeah, I would love to coach. I've only told really a few people this, but I would love to maybe be a motivational speaker.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think just my background, where I come from, it's really different from a lot of upbringings that hockey players have. And I think just a lot of situations that I've been in and a lot of, just life things, I would love to inspire, kids coming up and saying like, you can do this, or just things like that, So whether it's coaching goalies, or, motivational speaking to players on the ice, whether that be as a coach in the locker room, meetings, as a friend, just all those type of things, I would definitely love to do anything in that kind of aspect,
Absolutely. And as we continue the season and all that stuff, where would you, of course you want to win the cup and all that stuff, but like realistically, where do you would like to see yourself, or what accomplishments would you like to achieve this season?
This season, as long as I'm here in Motor City, I definitely want to win a championship. Other than that, I still want to make a name for myself and keep climbing the ladder, man. There's nothing more I want than just to keep going. I got my foot in the door this year, and not to pipe my head up, but definitely things are definitely on the up and up, and I just can't wait for what happens next.
Yeah,
You have some
think
great
you have a
leadership.
bright future ahead. Yeah, it sounds like you have a lot to bring to your team, and I think you're definitely going to be one to watch. And I can see in the comments like you've got a ton of love from your fans in Motor City, and I know we're
I
running
appreciate y'all.
time, so yeah, man, these guys, he loves you guys. Mama Babs is in the chat too, so shout out to
Of course
her.
she is.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah,
Hi, Mom.
yeah, we love mamas, so thank you for coming.
I love you, Ma.
So I want to I want to end it with some fun questions. There's two that I have in mind. One is, what if you could play a different sport, what would it be?
That's probably not one.
Oop.
There you go.
Were you able to hear the last question? I'm sorry. Okay, we lost audio
As we're
for a
working on
second.
this,
Give us-
Can you hear me now?
Yep,
Okay.
we are.
It like cuts out every few minutes. I don't know what it is. What was the question? I heard the beginning of it.
The question was, if you could play any other sport besides hockey, what sport would you choose?
Ooh, football, basketball, easy.
Nice.
I played everything growing up, but sport I'm really getting into, Formula One. Obviously, I can't do that, but Formula One's where it's at, man.
You had a fun
Yeah,
time
that'd
at
be cool.
Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, they did.
that little manhole. That little manhole took out a few cars.
Yeah, it did. It upset me. I wasn't even in the race.
Okay, so really quick, last two fun questions. Your favorite NHL team? We got to know.
Philly Flyers, obviously, even though they suck.
Yeah,
I don't actually.
figured.
They're doing good right now, but we're supposed to suck. So,
then
but they'll always be
could
my
you,
favorite team.
Could you round us out and tell us like a funny road story, or just maybe like the best prank that either you played or had played on you?
Okay. Not necessarily a prank, but a joke that gets tossed around the house whenever I clean. In the house. Scott or Declan, they call me Dad.
Yes, Dad.
Whenever they have, some trash or something, they're like, "Hey, Bev," or "Hey, Dad, here, can you throw this out?" I'm like, "Get your ass out of here, boy." Ain't your damn maid. But no, it's just because I always clean up and, try to keep the place clean. So they always joke around me and like, "Hey, Dad, come get this. Hey, come get this."
If I remember correctly, I believe Ian White is another player that really likes his house to be clean.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
When he was here, I didn't really hang out with him too much off the ice. Nothing. I loved Ian White, just never had the time, I guess, to chill off the ice. Just But yeah, I always knew he was clean and things, and always in the locker room and stuff. I'd be talking to him and things. So he was definitely a tidy dude.
Yeah. Well, I wish we had more time. It's been awesome talking to you.
Thank you for being here.
To, following your
Of course.
career. And, if you ever want to come back on and do like that motivational speaking, if there's anything you ever want to say, like just reach out. And I mean, you got a ton of people here that definitely want to hear what you got to say. So
most definitely, yeah. No, I
and then maybe I'll come down there.
I
have to come down to Big Boy Arena and check you out at your place.
You tell me when. I'll get you a ticket.
All right, you got it. What section should I sit in? There you go. That's for the audience.
Well, right next to the net.
Yeah,
right next to you guys.
The net for sure.
All right. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you.
Of course, yo. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Tell Zen we said bye.
Of course. Yeah, I gotta go let him out now. All right, y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. For tuning in for
another episode.
Thank you.
It's been great hanging out with Trevor. We appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
Drop in the chat. We definitely want to bring some more players on this season. Maybe meet with some of them in the off season. Kind of follow up on how things went during their current season. So if you guys have any other ideas, if you want to see something in particular, just reach out. Our messages are open, and we should have a link in the description too. So.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button too. That'll help us out a lot too.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah,
there you go.
Thank you.
Like, subscribe. There you go.
There you go.
All
right, guys. We'll catch you next one.
Bye.
Just keep your head down.